There we go. Testing, 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 test one, test two, test one, test two.
3, 4, 5.
All right, all right. Can we close that door right there? Happy Sabbath, everybody. All right. Thanks for bearing along with us. Had a couple technical glitches, but we working through that. All right. So let's, as always, let's go ahead and get started with the reading of the law in Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Exodus 20 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And God spake all these words, saying,
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Right.
out of the house of bondage.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
That's right.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above,
Uh-huh.
or that is in the earth beneath,
That's right.
or that is in the water under the earth.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain,
Uh-huh.
for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Go ahead.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
That's right.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
Right.
But in the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Go ahead.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Go ahead.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is,
Uh-huh.
and rested the seventh day.
That's right.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Go ahead.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Right.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Appreciate that. Now let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. We're going to pick it up at verse 13 and 14. Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Uh-huh.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's right.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
For God shall bring every work into judgment
Uh-huh.
with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Appreciate that. Now let's go to Revelation 22. See if anything has changed. Revelation 22. And give me 14 and 15. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Blessed are they that do his commandments,
Uh-huh.
that they may have right to the tree of life,
That's right.
and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Uh-huh.
For without are dogs,
Right.
and sorcerers,
Uh-huh.
and whoremongers,
Uh-huh.
and murderers,
Right.
and idolaters,
Uh-huh.
and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. All right, appreciate that. Those opening scriptures. Like I said, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Sabbath. It's good
Happy
to stand
Sabbath.
before you on the Lord's Sabbath day as always. And we're going to deal with the topic that I think, like I said, is one of those I feel is a growth area. Because one thing that I've noticed over time is there's a difference between memorization of the scriptures and character transformation. Memorization, you just repeat. Character transformation is like, oh, you move different. So this scripture is called "Not my will, but thine will be done." But thine be done. Talking about the Lord's will. And what we're going to do today is we're going to walk down a few different examples, because one thing, if you really pay close attention as you go through the scriptures, the thing that causes many people to fall or stumble is when they get too self-consumed. When they are everything, and you'll see that theme throughout this lesson, that they start getting locked in on self, I, me, my. That's why when I saw what we read in Revelation 22 and 15, it says a lot of people that's not making it in, but the reason behind what those people or why they did those things was they were too focused on themselves. And you see that's a huge stumbling block. And that's what Satan is all about, helping you promote you so that way you get in God's way. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4. And we're going to hit one verse, verse 12. Because as I said, as time goes on, what happens when you're in the word, you start dealing with it more and more, and you're dealing with it the right way, you will see a spiritual maturation or maturity coming through of how you carry, how you think, how you problem solve, how you deal with different types of situations. Because at the end of the day, you understand that this is bigger than you. So Hebrews 4 and 12, when you get there, go ahead and read.
For the word of God is quick,
right?
And powerful.
Quick means is sharp, is fast, you could deal with the problem directly with this. Go ahead.
And sharper than any two-edged sword.
It's sharper than any two-edged sword. Go ahead.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder.
It can even separate between what?
Soul and spirit.
Between someone dealing in their flesh, that's the soul, when they're carnal minded, or when someone's dealing in the spirit of God. Go ahead.
And of the joints and marrow.
Right.
And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
The joints and the marrow is talking about that carnal side again, and the thoughts and the intent of the heart. That's that spiritual side again. It's the saying that this word of God can help you separate between the two. So let's take a quick look all the way back in Genesis 38, because it gives us a few examples. Like it jumps out the book, and it's like, oh, so these were written for our admonition. Because sometimes we see how they executed the selfishness, but the still core flaw was the selfishness. Genesis 38 and verse 1. Genesis 38 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren.
Right.
And turned into a certain Adulamite.
Right.
Whose name was Herah.
So this is the same Judah that helped sell his brother Joseph. So, but I'm going to deal with a little bit what's happening within the household of Judah. Go ahead and give me verse 6.
And Judah took a wife for Er. His firstborn whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord slew him.
So it just lets you know that the firstborn of Judah was wicked. And the Lord took him out. It doesn't even tell us how, and it doesn't even tell us what he did. It just say he was wicked. Go ahead.
And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife and marry her. And raise up seed to thy brother. So
apparently he didn't have children. So sometimes this is called the Levirate law, where they go and raise up seed unto their kinfolk or to their brother in this instance. But that's what he told Onan to do. Go ahead.
And Onan knew that the seed should not be his.
Now, well, of course it's not, because you're raising up seed to your brother. Go ahead.
And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So, but he thought about that at the last moment, which turned into fornication, because he turned around and he did not follow through on what the purpose was to raise up seed to his brother. The Lord watching all this. Go ahead.
And the thing which he did displeased the Lord. Wherefore he slew him also.
Now you see the consistency of how the Lord's like, all right, if you deviate and start doing what I don't want you to do, that's when you get in trouble. So Judah found himself in this situation where now 2 of his children are dead. And then he turned around and tried to also go wicked, because he tried dealing with Tamar when Tamar disguised herself as a prostitute. But we start seeing this pattern that as soon as that thought goes in your head that, hold up, I'm doing this and it's not for my benefit. I'm doing something that's not for my benefit. And then you pull back. That's where you start seeing when the Lord start moving on you. Let's go to Judges chapter 9. Judges chapter 9. So that's someone kind of pausing or halting themselves. But then you see someone else that's going forward or promoting themselves. Judges chapter 9. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Judges 9 and 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them, and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem.
Well, so this is Abimelech is the son of Jerubbaal, but Jerubbaal is Gideon. Gideon did a great deliverance and victory for the children of Israel, and he had like 70 sons. So this is one of the sons of Gideon that's turning around trying to convince his brethren to promote him. Go ahead.
Whether is better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which all 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh.
Right. So this conversation is going to like the city, the children of Israel. Like, hey, should I rule over you, or should y'all have all 70 of us? That's the children of Gideon rule over you. And he said, remember, I'm your kinfolk. As if kinfolk won't do you dirty. Go ahead, give me verse 3. Go ahead.
And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words. And their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, he is our brother.
They said, well, he is our brother. Go ahead.
And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal-berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons.
So they gave him all this money. And then what did he do? He go and hire some, it says light and vain persons. Some people that will get down in the streets. Go ahead.
Which followed him. And he went in unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons.
He went and killed 70 of his siblings. Go ahead.
Upon one stone.
On the same rock. Next, killed. Next, killed. So he's killing 70 of his siblings. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. One
got away, right? We see that. But jump all the way down to verse 22. All the way down to verse 22, because the Lord is big on getting his lick back, as they say. So after you done did that, and some time went by, the Lord wait till you nice and comfortable, then he started hitting you. Go ahead and give me verse 22.
When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel.
So it's been 3 years since he killed all his siblings, right? Go ahead.
Then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech. That the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech, their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren.
So you saw all this violence took place here. But what started happening is the Lord started having a whole lot of strife and contention between them. But the book said the Lord said the evil spirit between them. So go ahead, give me verse 45. Verse 45. Go ahead.
And Abimelech fought against the city all that day. And he took the city and slew the people that was therein.
See, everything was all good just a week ago, as they say. About 3 years ago, everyone was all good. Now he's fighting against different men of Shechem in different cities and locations. So now he's fighting against this city and destroying the people that live there of Shechem. Go ahead.
And beat down the city and sowed it with salt.
And sowed it with salt. You know what that means when you sow it with salt? You're trying to make sure that nothing else can grow there. When you are destroying the soil by putting salt on it, you can no longer harvest on that soil. So he's trying to really plunder these cities. Go ahead.
And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into an hold of the house of God of Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together.
So go ahead, jump down to verse 49. Go ahead.
And all the people likewise cut down every man his bow and followed Abimelech. And put them to the hold. And set the hold on fire upon them.
Because they hid in this tower. He's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and put this wood, like these branches, next to that tower so I can burn it so I can kill everyone in the tower. That's what he's doing. This is like a military strategy. Go ahead.
So that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also. About 1,000 men and women.
1,000 men and women. Go ahead, give me verse 50.
Then went Abimelech to Thebez and encamped against Thebez and took it.
So now he's going after another city. But they had a tower as well. Go ahead, give me verse 51.
But there was a strong tower within the city,
Uh-huh.
and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and gat them up to the top of the tower.
So they hide to the top of the tower again, verse 53. So it's almost like being rehearsed again. Different tower, 53.
And a certain woman cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head,
Uh-huh.
and all to break his skull.
Uh-huh. So apparently she hit her mark. So she threw this piece of a millstone down, and it struck him. Bullseye, as we would say. Go ahead.
Then he called hastily unto the young man his armor bearer,
Uh-huh.
and said unto him, Draw thy sword and slay me, that men say not of me a woman slew me.
So they don't have a legend about me. You know, he got killed by a woman. That's what he said. So he wanted, but see, this whole situation came from that selfish desire to rule, and that selfishness caused him to have that bloodlust of killing all those brethren of his. So we see what's happening here. Go ahead.
And his young man thrust him through, and he died.
Go ahead.
And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead,
Uh-huh.
they departed every man unto his place.
Hold up. So all this contention, he's fighting against city after city after city. And then now, as soon as he died, all of a sudden everyone's like, well, I guess I might as well go home and get something to eat. That was the end of the strife and the contention. Because what happened is it wasn't God's will to have a man ruling over Israel like king. That wasn't his will. But what it was is someone tried, because that's what happened with Gideon. They wanted to promote Gideon in chapter 8. And Gideon said, no, I'm not going to rule over you, but God's going to rule over you. But later on, after he died, they went right back into paganism, and they went right back to trying to have someone rule over them, but that was not his will. This was the will of Abimelech, but you see the end result of doing your own will. That's what happens when you want to do what you want to. That is the end result, as we see here. So now that he had died here, give me verse 56 as well.
Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech,
Right,
which he did unto his father,
right.
in slaying his 70 brethren.
So you see when you commit sin, that thing is like a boomerang. You think you are doing one thing here, and you don't realize the Lord going to bring all that thing come right back around. That's not called karma. That's called God rendering judgment on certain situations. Because I hate when people use that term. They use karma for everything. It's like, no, God's controlling this. Nothing from Hinduism. So that's what we see here. But remember, the people still are focused on what they want to do. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 8. Because there was days when we had judges and priests. Judges and priests. 1 Samuel chapter 8. That it's like the constant stumbling block is yourself. 1 Samuel 8 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel,
Right.
and the name of his second was Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways,
Right.
but turned aside.
And that's what starts it off. Someone's not doing what their father was doing, which was being obedient to God. Go ahead.
But turned aside after lucre.
Right.
And took
Right.
and perverted judgment.
Filthy lucre, taking bribes and perverting judgment. That is some other selfish characteristics. So now the people are upset that they're getting taken advantage of because of the sons of Samuel's selfishness, that they're turning around and they're going to try to remedy it themselves. Verse 4, go ahead.
Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
That was the wrong remedy that they asked for, but that is what they asked for. Go ahead.
But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us.
Right.
And Samuel prayed unto the Lord.
The
Lord said unto Samuel,
what verse we at?
7.
Go ahead.
The Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people
Uh-huh.
in all that they say unto thee.
Right.
For they have not rejected thee,
Right.
but they have rejected me,
But they rejected me. Go ahead.
that I should not reign over them.
Right. So we're seeing where this is going. But jump down to verse 10. Verse 10, go ahead.
And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people.
Because, see, this is how I like how the Lord's going to say, okay, I've given y'all free will. Y'all have free choice, right? But the consequence is not what you have choice over. So I'm going to tell you what it's going to be like when you reject him as king. Go ahead.
That asked of him a king.
Uh-huh.
And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you.
This is going to be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. Go ahead.
He will take your sons,
right,
and appoint them for himself.
For himself, right? Go ahead.
For his chariots.
His chariots.
And to be his horsemen.
His horsemen.
And some shall run before his chariots.
His chariots. You see where the focus is? In other words, you were dealing with a God that was not selfish, but as soon as you reject God, you will have a ruler that's going to be selfish because he told you way back here. Go ahead.
And he will appoint him captains over thousands, and captains over 50, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest,
right,
and to make his instruments of war,
right,
and instruments of his chariots.
You see where everything is focused on him, his. Go ahead.
And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries.
And confectionery means they're going to be baking for him. Go ahead.
And to be cooks. And to be bakers.
Go ahead.
And he will take your fields.
And he going to take your fields. Go ahead.
And your vineyards. And your olive yards. Even the best of them.
He ain't going to get the ones that's not that great. He going to get the best ones. Go ahead.
And give them to his servants. And he will take the tenth of your seed. And of your vineyards,
right, and
give to his officers and to his servants.
Go ahead.
And he will take your men servants and your maid servants and your goodliest young men and your asses and put them to his work. He will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants.
Right. In other words, everything's going to be about him, not about God. So because you rejected God, he's like, all this is going to happen. And then you'll try to run back to me. You'll try to run back to the first love then. Go ahead.
And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which you shall have chosen you.
Right.
And the Lord will not hear you in that day.
And he said, and when all that happens, I won't hear you that day. Because you rejected me, who was to be your king. So now when you have all these problems, I'm not going to hear you. Because it was me you fired, because you was focused on yourself. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel.
Because that was kind of like just so you know that if you go this road, it's going to cause this, that. And they're like, yeah, whatever, because they wanted what they wanted. Go ahead.
And they said, nay. But we will have a king over us.
But no, we will have a king over us. You see these decisions, how people don't think down the road. When Abimelech did what he did to his brethren, he didn't think what was going to happen down the road. But the Lord be down the road waiting on you when you're going to realize, dang, I don't make the best decisions. Why don't I lean upon the Lord? Or sometimes why don't I wait upon the Lord to do something instead of me just jumping out there to make stuff happen without counsel? But we see this happening. Let's go now to 1 Samuel chapter 13. 1 Samuel chapter 13. That's why I hate when they like, yeah, we was kings and queens. That's not what we were meant to be. We were meant to be priests and judges because we already had a king. But we wanted to do his job better than him. And we saw how that turned out. 1 Samuel 13 and verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Saul reigned 1 year. And when he had reigned 2 years over Israel.
So Saul is reigning, right? But let's jump down to verse 4. Go ahead.
And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten a garrison of the Philistines.
Right.
And that Israel also had an abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal.
That's right. Go ahead.
And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel.
Right.
30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen.
Right.
And people as the sand which is on the seashore, in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash, eastward from Beth-aven.
That's right. Go ahead, jump down to verse 7. Verse 7. because yep, he going to deal with the Philistines. Go ahead. But see, he's scared because the Philistines weren't any joke. They were known for hanging their opponents' skins upon the walls, right? They were known for that stuff, for being very cruel. But now that he's preparing to go to war with them, he's getting a little nervous. So go ahead and jump down to verse 7.
And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling.
Go ahead.
And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Samuel had appointed.
Right, because see, that's the thing. Samuel said, do this at a certain time or do that at a certain time, right? Samuel had appointed because Samuel was a prophet. Go ahead.
But Samuel came not to Gilgal,
right?
And the people were scattered from him. And Saul said,
right?
Bring hither a burnt offering to me, and peace offerings. And he offered the burnt offering.
Time out. Why would Saul do that when he is not a Levite? Samuel's a Levite, so the Levites were in charge of the offerings, but here you see Saul, a Benjamite, trying to handle someone else's job, because that's what he thought he should do. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came. And Saul went out to meet him,
right,
that he might salute him.
Right.
And Samuel said, What hast thou done?
Right. He comes seeing the blood from the sacrifice. What have you just done? Go ahead.
And Saul said, Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that thou comest not within the days appointed,
right,
and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash, therefore said I, the Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal,
right,
and I have not made supplication unto the Lord. I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering.
You forced yourself. That's a funny way of saying you did what you wanted to do. Because yes, you can get supplication, also can mean prayer. It doesn't always necessarily mean you have to give an oblation, which is a sacrifice. But he goes to do a sacrifice, which is not in the order of what he should do. That's why whenever someone will even touch the ark and they're not a Levite of a specific family, they're considered a stranger and they can die from touching the ark. So he gonna go and do a sacrifice, and he is not of the sons of Levi. That is a violation. Go ahead.
And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly.
Done foolishly. He gave like what, 3 or 4 excuses, right?
Yeah.
Because people in your mind, you will make all these justifications and reasons. But no, he said, no, out of all that, you've still done foolishly. Go ahead.
Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee.
Right.
For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever.
You would have been established upon Israel for how long?
Forever.
Forever. But because he did this, it's not going to come to him like that. Let's go to chapter 15. Because, like I said, we're seeing where the deviation takes place. It always takes place when you want to do what you want to do. And it's nothing new. It's just that Satan is in the business of offering what you actually want, or giving you the wrong counsel to do the wrong thing. 1 Samuel 15 and verse 1. 15 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Samuel also said unto Saul, The Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel.
Right.
Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
Listen to the words of the Lord now, Saul. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
Right.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Now, this is a long time from then, but the Lord don't be forgetting when you be doing stuff and saying stuff. He turned around and said, I remember what the children of Amalek did when Israel came out of Egypt. So he be having a retribution list. Go ahead.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep,
right,
camel and ass.
That is what he's supposed to do. Go and slay everybody. Go ahead.
And Saul gathered the people together
Right.
and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen,
Right.
and 10,000 men of Judah.
Right.
And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley.
Let's see the first thing he did in verse 6.
And Saul said unto the Kenites,
Uh-huh.
Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them.
Well, did God say, I need you to start now taking census and moving people around and doing this, that, and the other? Did he say do that?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
For you showed kindness to all the children of Israel
Uh-huh.
when they came up out of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
So the Kenites...
But hold on, that was... God had nothing about the conversation about the Kenites and what they did and what this has to do with what's going on right now.
Mhm.
Here you are trying to handle, as they say, your armchair don't go up that high. You trying to sit in God's seat. Go ahead.
So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites.
Uh-huh.
And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur,
Uh-huh.
that is over against Egypt.
Right.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
What verse we at?
Verse 9.
Go ahead.
But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep,
Right.
and of the oxen,
Right.
and of the fatlings,
Right.
and the lambs,
Uh-huh.
and all that was good,
And all that they considered was good. Go ahead.
and would not utterly destroy them,
Right.
but everything that was vile and refuse,
Right.
that they destroyed utterly.
You see, so not only did he let the Kenites go, which that wasn't part of the conversation, then he also turned around and kept the king of the Amalekites alive, as well as a whole bunch of stuff that they had. Because now they're thinking about, hey, well, let me go ahead and hit this spoil. I'm thinking about, what can I sell on eBay? Ooh, this looks nice in my garage. Ooh, look at this jacket. It fit me just right. He didn't say do none of that, right?
Nope.
They got a pit bull puppies over here. He ain't say get nothing from them. He said slay everything. Go ahead. So
Then-
what's happened? What happened in verse 10?
Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, It repenteth me that I set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me,
Because he turned back from following me. Go ahead.
and hath not performed my
The
commandments.
Lord had it set up just right. All you have to do was follow through, but he got in the way of what God's program was. Go ahead.
And it grieved Samuel.
It grieved Samuel because not only did you mess up God's plan, but now you're turning around and about to get yourself done in. Go ahead.
And he cried unto the Lord all night.
Right, because this cry means he pretty much trying to pray for him.
Mhm.
All night. Give me verse 13. Go ahead.
And Samuel came to Saul,
Right.
and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord.
Right. So we're seeing how hypocritical he is. He like, hey, what's up, Samuel? We just handling God's business over here. He over here got a new fur coat on, diamond rings, big chain. What up, Samuel? He like, what's going on here? Go ahead.
And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears?
If you could perform the commandment of God, I shouldn't hear all this bad in the background when you're supposed to slay everything. You didn't go down into the Amalekites with sheep, but you coming out with sheep. Then how are you saying you can perform the commandment of God? I hear all this sheep in the background. Go ahead.
And the lowing of the oxen.
And the oxen too. Go ahead.
Which I hear.
Uh-huh.
And Saul said, They have brought them.
You see what? Now, this is how you can tell what kind of king this is. That's your king. Now your king throwing you under the bus. They have done what?
They have brought them from the Amalekites.
Right.
For the people
spared. Go ahead.
The best of the sheep and of the oxen.
To
sacrifice unto the Lord thy God.
Oh, it was a sacrifice to God, though. Go ahead. Excuses.
And the rest we have utterly destroyed.
And all the rest we got rid of. Go ahead.
Was the end of 15?
Oh, in the 15? Perfect. Go ahead. Give me verse 20. Verse 20. Go ahead.
And Saul said unto Samuel, Yeah, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me.
Right.
And have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
And have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. You notice what he is missing execution. You can have a great plan, but if you don't execute it right, the Lord's like, why do I have you in this position when you can't execute? You want to switch things and throw all these variables in it and switch it up, make your own recipe. Why do I have you in the kitchen then? Why don't you make your own restaurant? This the recipe. Don't change the recipe. Go ahead.
But the people took of the spoil, sheep and oxen,
Right.
the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed.
Oh, you see what's coming out of his mouth now? The people did this. The things which should have, they should have been destroyed. He started to kind of give ground. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. To sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal.
Right.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
That's right.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To obey is better than sacrifice. People that's why people do a whole lot of focus on sometimes what's called the liturgy or the musical portion, but the obedience is better than any song you can sing. Because what good is it if I have a cheerleader for a team, but that cheerleader really is really helping out the other team? Then what good is our cheers for when you really helping the other team? Go ahead.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
And to listen to the fat of rams. Go ahead.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
And this is like a big revelation here. You could be in the right spot at the right time, but disobeying, he's like, you might as well go turn around and have some tarot cards. You might as well have a Ouija board with a glass sphere telling me what my horoscope is when you are rebellious, he's saying. For rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. Go ahead.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
As in iniquity and idolatry. So stubbornness, you might as well put the Christmas tree back in your living room and deal with the idols. He's saying. Because the whole thing is, can you hear and do his will, or is it about you and yourself? That's all it comes down to. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. He hath also rejected thee from being king.
And when God says that, he don't need no election day. He don't need to count no votes. He don't need to tally nothing. It's all about, it's a wrap. And he going to choose who's going to be the next one. Because even when the people chose for a king, the Lord chose Saul. They said, we get a king. He said, I'm going to tell you which one it's going to be. It's going to be him. And it was Saul. Then the next one, it's going to be this one over here. He was the one running the whole show the whole time. That's in the 23?
Yes.
Give me 24 as well.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words.
Well, in other words, now it's like the admission comes when it's too late. It's like it's way too late. You already knew this, but he was being hypocritical. Then he admits it when the punishment hits. Yeah, okay, I did. Right. But we all knew that in the beginning. Go ahead.
Because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
Now that to me was a big aha moment. Like, whoa, hold up. So I'm more concerned about what the people's desires is than what God's desire is. And if I put more weight to the people's desire than God's desire, the Lord said, I don't need you. Because it's about carrying out God's will, not the people's. So go ahead and jump down to verse 32. Go ahead.
Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
So the whole time, Agag's sitting in the back just watching this whole thing happen, right? Meanwhile, his whole city has been decimated. Go ahead.
And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past.
Woo! He like, all right, I done made it this far. All right, maybe there's some reason that can be done. So he going, how you doing, Samuel? What can I do for you? Go ahead.
And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women.
And what happened next?
And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces.
So because Saul's right here, he wouldn't perform the commandment of God. So when the God's like, I want a real soldier, a priest had to say, let me show you how it's done. And he chopped King Agag to pieces. Bones everywhere, tendons, guts, everywhere. It said he didn't just kill him, stab him once, to pieces. Probably looked at Samuel in the eye and like, that's how you do it, and walk off. Because Saul wasn't obedient. Saul was selfish. And that and see, when Satan realized that how I can work through a selfish individual, watch out. Watch out. First Kings, let's see, First Kings 21. First Kings 21. The whole Bible is letting you know once that mindset sets in, get ready for some drama. Because they think that, well, if you follow a guy, that means you holy, pious, and you do nothing wrong and nothing ever happens to nobody. Not when this book, he shows the opposite. God's will is going to be done. Either you could get in the way of his will, or you could give way to his will. But I'm telling you, it's always good to give way to it. But he just you know how sometimes you say your kids want to do something, you say, okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and handle that. Yeah, Dad, I want to do this. I want to sweep the floor. Okay, I'm gonna let you do it. Sometimes you want to see how we gonna handle it. 1 Kings 21 and verse 1. Because if you fall on that rock, it says you're gonna be broken, because it's gonna be some challenges, right? But if that rock falls on you, it says it will grind him to powder. You don't want him to check up on your work after you haven't done it. 1 Kings 21 and verse 1, when you get there, go ahead and read.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel,
right,
hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria.
Right, so he had a nice vineyard, Naboth, but it was next to the king Ahab. This is northern kingdom of Samaria. Go ahead.
And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house.
Right.
And I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
Go ahead.
And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord forbid it me.
I can't sell this to you. Go ahead.
That I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee.
Right. And
Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite.
He started pouting. Oh man, I wanted that vineyard. My grandmama gave me that chain. Go ahead.
For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my father. And he laid him down upon his bed.
Right.
And turned away his face.
Right.
And would eat no bread.
He pouting, crossing his arms in bed. Go ahead.
But Jezebel his wife came to him and said unto him,
right,
why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread?
Right. Well, what you pouting over? That's his wife. Go ahead.
And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard.
Right.
And Jezebel his wife said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel?
Right. She like, hold up. Don't you understand the position you're in? Go ahead.
Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry.
Right.
I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite.
So let's see how she does it. Go ahead.
So she wrote letters in Ahab's name.
Right.
And sealed them with his seal. And sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling with Naboth.
Go ahead.
And she wrote in the letters, saying, proclaim a fast, set Naboth on high among the people.
Hey, I want y'all to have a local celebration, right? Make sure y'all treat Naboth real good. Go ahead.
And set 2 men, sons of Belial.
Sons of Belial means sons of wickedness. Go ahead.
Before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God and the king. And then carry him out and stone him that he may die.
So it's a whole plot. Go ahead.
Then the men of his city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them, and as it was written in the letter which she had sent unto them, they proclaimed a fast, set Naboth on high among the people.
Go ahead.
There came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city,
Right.
and stoned him with stones that he died.
And they literally did everything that was laid out for them, all because of what King Ahab wanted. Go ahead.
Then they sent to Jezebel, saying, Naboth is stoned and is dead.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Jezebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Jezebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite, which he refused to give thee for money. For Naboth is not alive,
right,
but dead.
So she come in the room, sweetie, I got something for you. But what she got him was by blood. Go ahead, verse 16.
And it came to pass, when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth.
He running down like people used to do on Christmas, running downstairs. Can't wait to get to this vineyard. Go ahead.
To take possession of it. And the word of the Lord came to Elijah the Tishbite, saying.
And while all that's happening, then the Lord comes in and says, all right, Elijah, check this out. Go ahead.
Arise, go down to meet Ahab, king of Israel, which is in Samaria. Behold, he is in the vineyard of Naboth, whither he is gone down to possess it. And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Thou hast killed and also taken possession.
Right.
And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus saith the Lord, In the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth, shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine.
So the same place where you had the blood of Naboth spilled, guess where your blood gonna be spilled at? The exact same spot. Go ahead.
And Ahab said to Elijah, Hast thou found me, O mine enemy?
Go ahead.
And he answered, I have found thee, because thou hast sold thyself to work evil in the sight of the Lord.
21.
Behold, I will bring evil upon thee, and will take away thy posterity.
Posterity, that means your children. Go ahead.
And will cut off from Ahab him that pisseth against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel.
Go ahead.
And will make thine house like the house of Jeroboam,
right,
the son of Nebat,
right,
and like the house of Baasha, the son of Ahijah, for the provocation wherewith thou hast provoked me to anger.
See, because right now Ahab is very similar to Adam's situation. He could technically say, well, I didn't technically make this happen, but what it was through his wife. And he accepted what his wife did. So they are of one accord. They're one flesh in this instance. So let's see what he has to say about his wife in 23. Go ahead.
And of Jezebel also spake the Lord.
And of Jezebel also, go ahead.
Saying, the dog shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel.
And, I didn't forget, the mastermind behind all that. Don't worry. Dogs are going to eat her by the wall of Jezreel. So you see how that self-willed mindset causing destruction to his household, his posterity, and everything that pertained to him. That's why later on he went to war at Ramoth Gilead, and he's like, well, the prophecy said that I'm supposed to be, dogs gonna lick my blood over here by the vineyard, so of course I can't die in this battle. But he didn't see. That's where they try to outsmart God, because it had a archer, it's a peradventure, hit him, smote him, and he said, I'm wounded. He died, and he bled out in the chariot, and the chariot was parked all the way back near Naboth's vineyard. And guess what dogs did when that chariot came back home? Licked up that blood as the Lord had already foretold. Cannot outsmart this God. That's why, because even you'll see where that king disguised himself and everything, like, oh, it's not my time. No, you don't. Your time is always ready. Proverbs 25. Proverbs 25. You see so many examples of what not to do, or how to catch yourself before it goes too far. Proverbs 25 and 27. 25 and 27. Just want that one verse. When you get there, go ahead and read.
It is not good to eat much honey.
Right. But this isn't talking about actual honey. That's not the focus. Of course, that is true. You don't want to overload on actual physical honey. Go ahead.
So for men to search their own glory is not glory.
So for men to search their own glory, like what you saw with Abimelech, I'm going to go set myself and do all this other stuff. He said, no, that's not good either. So what you're seeing an example of this kind of as you go throughout, but let's see someone else who sought their own glory. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 11. 2 Kings chapter 11. And I mean, when you see through these stories, you're like, no, this couldn't be. People can't be that wicked. Oh, yes, absolutely. And sometimes it starts with a little thought. 2 Kings chapter 11. Because King Ahab, because Lord said, I'm going to take away your posterity, right? That means his children, right? Did you know King Ahab had a daughter? We about to read about King Ahab's daughter right here. But we already saw what the Lord said. I'm taking away your posterity. 2 Kings 11 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah,
Ahaziah,
okay, that makes sense,
That's
saw that her son was dead,
right.
she arose and destroyed all the seed royal.
So Athaliah turned around, which is the daughter of King Ahab, so that her son Ahaziah was dead. She turned around and started killing her grandchildren. That's what it said, the royal seed. You don't want to be babysat by this grandmother at all. Especially if she sees some opportunity to take her shot. He's like, you don't want to sit under this. So she turns around and kills her grandchildren. Go ahead.
But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons.
So just like in the days of Gideon or his son, shall I say, you had one that was taken away, Joash. They saved Joash. Go ahead.
And they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber of Athaliah, so that
in the
he was
bedchamber
not slain.
From Athaliah. Go ahead.
Athaliah, so that he was not slain.
Right. You got to hide from this grandmother. Go ahead.
And he was with her hid in the house of the Lord 6 years.
So, right, because he was about 1 year old. And so he got to hide out from his grandmother for about 6 years. Go ahead.
And Athaliah did reign over the land.
Told you, because she wanted her will, right? Not the Lord's will. She wants to do what she wanted to do. So now her grandbabies are either dead or hiding. So now let's hit into verse 4, right?
That was the end of 3.
Okay, into 3, go ahead. Give me 4 as well.
In the 7th year, Jehoiada,
Jehoiada is the priest. Go ahead.
Sent and fetched the rulers over hundreds with the captains and the guard.
Right.
And brought them to him into the house of the Lord.
Right.
And made a covenant with him.
In other words, I got to take an oath. When I'm getting ready to show y'all, I need y'all to swear before God that you won't reveal what I'm getting ready to show y'all. Go ahead.
And took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son.
I have to reveal to you what I've been hiding all this time. Who is it? One of Ahaziah's prodigies or children that she did not kill. We saved one alive. They're like, oh, that means, because remember, she's not even counted in the lineage of the kings, because this is not an authentic rulership that she's doing. So she's not even counted when you see in the new book. Go ahead.
That was the end of 4.
Go into 4. Go ahead. Jump down to verse 11. And
the guard stood, every man with his weapons in his hand.
Because he made all those people he took an oath with, he kind of set them up in their different brigades to protect the king. You watch over here. Y'all stay with the king. A third is over here. So now they're all set to install the right king in this instance. Go ahead.
round about the king,
Uh-huh.
from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple,
Uh-huh.
along by the altar and the temple.
Uh-huh.
And he brought forth the king's son
Uh-huh.
and put the crown upon him.
And they put a crown on him, a 7-year-old king in Israel. Go ahead.
And gave him the testimony.
Uh-huh.
And they made him king and anointed him. And they clapped their hands and said, God save the king.
God save the king. Go ahead.
And when Athaliah heard the noise of
She
the
like,
guard,
oh, here come grandma. She like, what's all that commotion? What's all this cheering that I'm hearing over here? Go ahead.
and of the people, she came to the people into the temple of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And when she looked, behold, the king stood by a pillar, as the manner was.
Right.
And the princes and the trumpeters by the king, and all the people of the land rejoiced.
People cheering, they blowing trumpets, they celebrating. Go ahead.
And blew with trumpets.
Uh-huh.
And Athaliah rent her
Ooh,
clothes.
she saw that and was like, what would she say?
And cried, treason.
Treason!
Treason.
Treason! This is a family fight. Go ahead.
But Jehoiada, the priest, commanded the captains of the hundreds, the officers of the host, and said unto them, have her forth without the ranges,
Uh-huh.
and him that followeth her kill with the sword.
Everyone that's down with her, kill. Especially her. So everyone that was on board with that program, get rid of them. Go ahead.
For the priest had said, let her not be slain in the house of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And they laid hands on her, and she went by the way by the which the horses came into the king's house.
Right.
And there was she slain.
There she was slain. See what happens doing your own self-will. It seems sweet for a moment, but then all of a sudden it's going to turn around and catch up with you. Like I said, there's so many examples of this. So many. But let's go to Jude chapter 1, because what it's trying to show you, it's trying to show human nature. Human nature, a lot of times people will kind of be so either self-centered or focused that they will go directly against God's plan, and then God has to intervene and cause the removal of that person. Jude, it's only one chapter, so sometimes I say chapter 1. Jude 1 and verse 8. Jude 1 and verse 8. Because like I said, I could go back and show Cain and what his mindset was versus Abel. You could go see in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, and when Eve turned around and started becoming self-focused on what Satan was providing. We just saw King Ahab, and we saw what the book said. The Lord said in 1 Samuel chapter 8 that the king you shall choose, he going to take your olive yards and your vineyards. Then it's not a surprise what King Ahab does, right? To Naboth's vineyard. He tries to take that same thing too. God already told us, but remember, we're the ones that fired God. We are the same people that ran God off the earth, actually. Not just fired God. He had to say, you know what? I'm going to leave an angel with you in the way, lest I come and smite the camp, or like pretty much get rid of everybody. We are the people that ran God off the earth. Jude 1 and 8. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion,
despise dominion. Go ahead.
And speak evil of dignities.
And evil of dignity. Like, because Lord has a program, but it's a push against it. Give me verse 11.
Woe unto them.
Right.
For they have gone in the way of Cain.
Right. Like I made reference. Cain killed Abel because he didn't want to raise up his standard to where Abel's was. Go ahead.
And ran greedily after the error of Balaam.
Balaam, because Balaam turned around and started trying to go after the money that was being offered him by Balak to curse the children of Israel. God gave him the commandment, but he still wanted to go anyway because he wanted that money for himself. Go ahead.
For reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Korah.
Gainsaying of Korah. That's referring to Korah in the Old Testament, who turned around and started going head to head and fighting against Moses, and God removed him and those that follow him altogether. So he showed how the consistency of that mindset, but they're quoting it in the New Testament because it's still relevant. Go ahead. These are spots in your feasts of charity. When they feast with you,
feeding themselves without fear.
Without fear. In other words, they worried about their own self without fear. Go ahead.
Clouds, they are without water, carried about of winds.
Right.
Trees whose
What does that mean, carried about with winds? They do whatever they want to do. The wind go this way, I'm over here. The wind go that way, I'm over here. They aren't anchored by the word of God. They go whichever way the wind blows. Go ahead.
trees whose fruit were withered without fruit.
In other words, they don't have fruit. Fruit is like when you start dealing with the word of God, you start producing fruit. Sometimes it's bringing a person, sometimes it's your character and the maturation of your character. The fruit, but they are without the fruit. Go ahead.
Twice dead.
Twice dead.
Plucked up by the roots.
Plucked up by the roots. Go ahead.
Raging waves of the sea. Foaming out their own shame. Wandering stars to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever.
So in other words, they kind of on their own program. They say they go by the beat of their own drum. Because the Lord has a program, but they're always wandering stars. Raging waves, but no understands. It's like a cloud, thunderstorm coming, but you don't get a drop because the word isn't taking effect here. That's what it's showing here. But let's go now to Galatians chapter 5. Because I like how the Lord used Paul to kind of start showing the dichotomy between someone caught up in the flesh versus someone caught up in the spirit. And one thing that I started just like as I consider, because when you read these and when you're putting the lesson together, it always cuts you first before you bring it out, and actually, bring the lesson forth. It cuts you first. And one thing that I definitely always considered was like, man, this news is so good. I can't wait to share it because I wanted other people to benefit the same way I was benefiting. But what started happening is you realize there's some friction there when you want to go share it. Next thing you know, you're public enemy number one. It happens. It's fine. But what the Lord does, he starts toughening you and giving you better understanding than what they have. You have a better understanding of the scriptures than someone's excuses. But nonetheless, the whole point was just trying to share and help. That was the whole point. Just like Moses, he was just trying to help the children of Israel. Go ahead, Galatians 5 and 16. 5 and 16. When you get there, go ahead and read.
This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
The spirit means the word of God. Walk in the word of God, and you won't start having all these other issues which come from the lust of the flesh. Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right. That's why the word of God is sharp as a two-edged sword, and it divides the two. Because the lust is fighting against the flesh. The lust of the flesh is fighting against the spirit, rather. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one to the other.
Right. So
that ye cannot do the things that you would.
So the things that you would do, you don't do when you're operating in the spirit. But you do whatever you want to do when you're not operating in the spirit because you're operating in the flesh. The flesh is winning the battle. And that's a battle that's not going to stop. It's a battle until you die. But you do not want to have that flesh winning, because what's going to end up happening is it's going to destroy the host. Go ahead.
But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law.
If you led of the spirit of the word of God, you are not under the law of sin and death. Go ahead.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Now this is how it reveals or shows itself or manifests itself. Go ahead.
Which are these? Adultery,
right?
Fornication, uncleanness,
right?
Lasciviousness, idolatry,
right?
Witchcraft, hatred, variance,
go ahead,
emulations, wrath,
right?
Strife, seditions,
right?
heresies,
go ahead,
envyings, murderers,
right?
Drunkenness, revelings, and such like.
And such like. There's a whole lot of stuff in there. I know we kind of ran through them, but things like lasciviousness is unbridled lust. Emulation is, I need to emulate and copycat someone so I can get the vainglory. Then you have variance. So all of a sudden, now all of a sudden the goalpost moves because you always, it changed over here. Well, then now this is different over here. All right, all this variableness or variance. Then it says strife and seditions. Sedition is like a takeover. So you have that as well. envyings, murders, drunkenness. Didn't say you can't have alcohol. It said don't be focused on drunkenness because you have to focus on sobriety while you can. So all these things are just showing when that flesh is taken over, you'll see traits and characteristics of this behavior manifesting or revealing itself in the said person. Go ahead.
Of the which I tell you before,
Go ahead.
as I have also told you in time past,
Right.
that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
And that's where I love how the warning, it's like the warning on the door. This, you cannot enter with this. You know how I used to say they used to go to let's say like some type of social establishment. If you wear these type of shoes, you can't get in. If you wear this type of hat, you can't get in. This attire, you can't get in. These traits of characteristics, you can't get in because the one that oversaw that, which was Satan, was already kicked out. So how you gonna go back in with it? You can't get in the kingdom with these. Go ahead.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love,
right,
joy,
right,
peace, long-suffering,
right,
gentleness,
right,
goodness, faith,
right,
meekness, temperance.
Now, all of these, you know what the one of the big secrets about what we read in 22 and 23? That these are characteristics and traits that you show towards other people. So it's not self-focused, is it? So if you have temperance and you like, I could do something, but I'm not, because guess what? I have control of my temper. I could turn around and have a grudge, but I'm not, because guess what? I'm operating the joy. So I'm going to enjoy the day that the Lord has made. If I turn around and I see long suffering, okay, I see this problem over here, but I'm not going to do this and the other. I'm going to long suffer it because I'm going to give someone a chance to work through whatever it is. These are characteristics that you exhibit towards the outside, but everything in verse 19 and 19 through 21 are things that are self-focused or self-centered. That is your own will. Go ahead.
Against such, there is no law.
There's no law against that. In other words, that's permissible. Go ahead.
And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh.
Oh, they've done what?
Crucified the flesh.
Because Jesus actually died on the cross, but when you come out the baptism pool, you're actually crucifying your own flesh. Or in other words, letting that old man or woman die. Go ahead.
With the affections and lusts.
With the affections and the lust. Go ahead.
If we live in the Spirit.
If we live in the Word of God, though.
Let us also walk in the Spirit.
Because someone could say, yeah, I know the scriptures, but don't walk out the scriptures. If we live in the Spirit, let us also do what? Walk. In other words, the actions to show as well. That's all it's saying. Let us also walk in the Spirit. Let's go to Job chapter 1. Because back here, it starts giving previews, or I don't want to say preview, I'll just say a little bit of insights on what's in someone's deepest desire when they are now being filled with the Spirit. Job chapter 1. And pick it up at verse 1. Job 1 and verse 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job.
That's right.
And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil.
Right. Feared God and eschewed, which means kind of help avoid it or put away evil. Go ahead.
And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
So he had 10 children. But jump down to verse 4. Go ahead.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses.
Right.
Every one his day.
Right.
And sent and
there's
called.
Nothing wrong with that. I've heard people try to say they did something wrong here. There's nothing wrong with them feasting at their house. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters.
Right.
To eat and to drink with them.
Go ahead.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them.
And did what else?
And rose up early in the morning. And offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts.
It may be that my children have cursed God in their hearts. So he's doing a type of service to try to cover someone other than himself. He's going to God about somebody else. Big mind shift change. Go ahead.
Thus did Job continually.
Thus did Job continually. So when you see that, it's like, wow. Then the Lord over here called Satan and say, you see that? You see my servant right there? Look at that mindset that he has. He's focused on somebody else, which is a rare thing in this book. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 3. 1 Kings chapter 3. And then the Lord turned around and used Job and his affliction and put a lot of the Christ's suffering and hid it in the book of Job. Because he was like, you know what? I'm gonna hide some of my suffering in his suffering. You can find some of Christ's lamentations or suffering in the book of Lamentations. People don't know that though. 1 Kings chapter 3. 1 Kings chapter 3. And when you get there, we're going to pick it up at verse 3. 1 Kings 3 and verse 3. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burnt incense in high places.
Go ahead.
And the king went to Gibeon to sacrifice there.
Right.
For that was the great high place.
Right.
1,000 burnt offerings did Solomon offer upon that altar.
Go ahead.
In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night.
Because they didn't have a temple at that time. So they were in Gibeon. And now when King Solomon, who's a fresh king, goes to Gibeon to make the sacrifice, the Lord now wants to ask him a question. Go ahead.
And Solomon said, oh wait,
no,
sorry. And God said, ask what I shall give thee.
So he told Solomon, ask what I shall give thee. Verse 6.
And Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth,
right,
and in righteousness,
right,
and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day.
As it is this day. Go ahead and jump down to verse 8. Go ahead.
And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude.
Go ahead.
Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people.
Hold on. Understanding heart to do what?
To judge thy people.
To benefit somebody else. That's the big secret. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of times they don't realize that the requests are, is it about you, yourself, and I, or is it going to be able to grow and let the Father get credit in some way, shape, or form? That I may judge thy people. Go ahead.
That I may discern between good and bad.
That I may win a bunch of debates.
Discern between good and bad.
Go ahead.
For who is able to judge this thy so great a people?
Right. Go ahead.
And the speech pleased the Lord.
The speech that what Solomon said in his dreams pleased God. See, a lot of times people don't even realize that you can get tested in your dreams. Sometimes the Lord may put a situation in your dream to see how you're going to operate. It's almost like virtual reality. What you going to do in this environment when this happens? What you going to do over here? So what he said right here pleased God so much in his dream that, finish it out,
that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him,
right,
because thou hast asked this thing.
Because you asked this thing, go ahead.
And hast not asked for thyself long life.
Which is a selfish mindset. Go ahead.
Neither hast asked riches for thyself.
Which is a selfish mindset. Go ahead.
Nor hast asked the life of thine enemies.
Selfish mindset. Go ahead.
But hast asked for thyself understanding,
right,
to discern judgment.
Right.
Behold, I have done according to thy words.
Right.
Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart.
Right.
So that there was none like thee before thee. Neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee.
Go ahead.
And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked.
That's the secret. When you handle God's business, he handles yours. Because he already knows the desires of your heart. He understood that he could ask for all these other things. But he said, no, I'm putting priority God's business. And God said, watch this. I'm going to give you that request. And I'm going to put on God's priority some other business that you didn't ask of. That's the secret. So he's getting this skill and ability, and he's going to use it to benefit other people. Go ahead.
both riches and honor,
Riches and honor. Go ahead.
so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days.
All thy days. He gives secrets over and over and over. This is how you approach me. This is where you focus on. This is where you show your mindset has graduated over here. Now that I see where your mindset is, then now I can throw all this other stuff in the pot as well, because I know I got a solid pot. It's not going to turn around and be wasted all over the floor. He's going to tell us that even in the new book, but we're going to see it some more. Let's go to Daniel chapter 9. So we saw Job's prayer wasn't self-focused. Then we saw King Solomon's prayer, and we saw the result of what King Solomon got, but we saw that it wasn't self-focused. Let's go to Daniel. Let's see what comes out of Daniel's mouth and see if the words that comes out of Daniel's mouth makes heaven open up and an angel pop up on him based upon what he prayed for. Daniel 9 and 2. 9 and 2. When you get there, go ahead and read.
In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years, whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet,
Right.
that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of Jerusalem.
So he's trying to read the book of Jeremiah, trying to get understanding about it. Go ahead.
And I set my face unto the Lord God to seek by prayer and supplications, with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. And I prayed unto the Lord my God, and made my confession, and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him, and to them that keep his commandments. We have sinned and have committed iniquity.
Hold on. Did he say I have sinned?
We have sinned.
We. Now remember, he is very high in the kingdom. Very high. He could have just been like, praying for everything concerning himself, his position, those in his social group. But he still knows there's plenty of Israel out there going through the curses. So he's praying for them. We have sinned. Go ahead.
We have sinned and have committed iniquity, and have done wickedly,
right,
and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts,
right,
and from thy judgments.
Go ahead.
Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets,
right,
which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land.
Which is interesting. He said, neither have we hearkened to the prophets, while he's getting done reading the prophet Jeremiah. So he didn't say, they ain't listening, but I'm straight. Look at me, right? He said, no, we collectively have dropped the ball. He's understanding this, which is a sign of humility. Go ahead, jump down to verse 11. Verse 11.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
That's right, because there's not one righteous, no, not one. There's only the Holy One of Israel. So he's right. All Israel have transgressed thy law. Go ahead.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Right.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us. Go ahead.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
That's right. Go ahead.
And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us.
Against us. Go ahead.
And against our judges that judged us.
Go ahead.
By bringing upon us a great evil.
Right.
For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
13.
As it is written in the law of Moses.
Right.
All this evil is come upon us. Yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God.
Right.
That we might turn from our iniquities. Right. And understand thy truth.
There it is. We still haven't turned back, he's saying. So he's trying to get some understanding, but he's acknowledging that all Israel is in a tough spot. Jump down to verse 18. Verse 18, go ahead.
Oh my God, incline thine ear and hear. Open thine eyes and behold our desolations.
Behold our desolations, even though he was in a robe. He was part of the royal court. Go ahead.
and the city which is called by thy name.
Uh-huh.
For we do not present our supplications before thee for our righteousnesses, but for thy great mercies.
So it's not about our righteousness, but his great what?
Mercies.
Go ahead.
O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Defer not for thine own sake, O my God.
Uh-huh.
For thy city and thy people are called by thy name.
So he's praying for all Israel. For thy city and thy people are called by thy name. Then when you hit 21 and 22, you turn around and start seeing where Gabriel's popping up, giving information about what the restoration plan looks like. So that hit heaven so hard that an angel popped up while he was in the middle of prayer. But do y'all see what the concept was? Was he praying only about me, myself, and I? My family, my people, only me? Or was it about us together? We have some growth that we need to have. We have some things we need to fix. We have some in-house stuff that we need to refine. God, give us some grace so we can get it together. That's what I read. That's why I have a problem when I see people outside yelling at people walking by as if we have no inside work that we have to do. So all the blame is someone else and nothing in-house. That shows that you don't have accountability and you have not hit a level of spiritual maturity. You have had memorization, but no character transformation. That's why a lot of people do not even want to deal with someone that calls himself a Hebrew Israelite, because their character transformation has not been evidenced. Love, peace, joy, long suffering, temperance, meekness. Where are those fruits at? And they'll call it out. Envyings, strife, seditions. That's what they see. So, of course, we're seeing where we have some work to do. Let's go now to Acts chapter 10. Acts 10. And we read earlier that the word of God is like a two-edged sword, right? This is one of those chapters that starts the divide to show where someone's mindset is. Acts 10 is a very sharp scripture to go to, and I'm going to show you why. Acts 10 and verse 1, when you get there, go ahead and read.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band.
So this is a Gentile. Go ahead.
A devout man,
right?
And one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people.
Hold on. Gave much alms to who?
The people.
That means he was giving to someone other than himself, correct?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And prayed to God always.
And praying to God. Go ahead.
He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming into him, and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms
thy prayers and thine alms. So he had faith, but his faith also has some works. Your faith or your prayers and your actions, which your alms to other people, did what?
Are come up for a memorial before God.
Go ahead.
And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter.
So it's almost like a payday. Payday is, I'm going to let you know the route of salvation. So he comes to him, pops up in his house, and says, this is who you have to call on. Go ahead.
He lodges with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do.
Yep, verse 9 though. So let's do a scene cut like they do in the movies, and let's go see what Peter's doing. Let's go see what Peter's doing, because the angel said, you have to go find this individual. Now, what is Peter doing? Go ahead, verse 9. On
the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry, and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
They fell into a trance. Go ahead.
And saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him. As it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners, and let down to the earth. Wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air.
Uh-huh.
And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Rise, Peter, kill and eat. Go ahead.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
He said, I've never eaten anything unclean, but give me 15.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God has cleaned, that call not thou common.
So what God has clean, don't call common. What God has clean, don't call common. Now, if you are self-focused and only thinking of yourself, and you're thinking that this has to do with your own belly. This conversation has nothing to do with your own belly. I get it. It said he was hungry, but it said they was already cooking something. So why did he have to go kill someone it said they made ready? They just got downstairs cooking. He's just on the rooftop. He's just a little hungry. But now you turn around, you see here, he said that what God has cleansed, that call not common. Verse 16, because it happened again.
This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Verse 17, so what's on Peter's mindset? Because see, Peter didn't go for that, what people go for now. Go ahead.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself.
He doubted in himself. I know God ain't telling me to break the dietary law. Go ahead.
What this vision which he had seen should mean.
What it should mean. Go ahead.
Behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate.
The whole time he's thinking about this, Cornelius is getting closer and closer. The meetup is almost taking place. Verse 19, because he's still thinking like, what is God trying to tell me? Verse 19.
While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee.
3 men seeking you. Go ahead.
Arise, therefore, and get thee down.
So an angel popped up and said, hey, I got 3 people on the way to come talk to you. Go ahead.
And go with them, doubting nothing.
And don't doubt nothing. They didn't come to say, Peter, we come to pick you up so we can go to Red Lobster to get the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Did they say that?
Nope.
It was all about the conversation that they were about to have. Don't doubt nothing. Go ahead.
For I have sent them.
For I have sent them. And that's why when he had the conversation, he realized that God has said that I should not call any man common or unclean. That means the gospel can now go to the end of the entire earth. But if you're self-willed, you're thinking about your own plate. This is about the salvation of everyone that comes under the banner of Noah or Adam. But if you're self-focused, you're thinking about what's for lunch. Because the word of God has divided between whether you're in the spirit or whether you're in the soul or the flesh side of yourself, which will limit your understanding. God will not continue to give you extra enlightenment when you are consumed by your flesh. Acts 11 and give me 13. Acts 11 and 13. Because we saw that it was about calling for Peter, but let's let Peter tell us what they called him for. 11 and 13, go ahead.
And he showed us how he had seen an angel in his house.
Because Peter talking to other Hebrews like, this is what happened. He told us that an angel popped up in his house. Go ahead.
Which stood and said unto him, Send men to Joppa and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter.
They called for me. I didn't go on my own. Go ahead.
Who shall tell thee words?
Who shall tell thee what?
Words.
Words. It didn't say who shall set a feast. Who shall tell thee words? Go ahead.
Whereby thou and all thy house shall be saved.
Whereby you, Cornelius, and your entire household may be saved. That's the whole plan here. That is God's plan. I can read Isaiah 49 and show it's the Father's plan. But if you are so focused on the lobster roll, scallops, or the crab boil, then you have missed the mission. And God can't work with you. Unless it's to do, if you need something evil done, he can work with the evil people. Judas turned around and said, you know what? You need a thief. I'm good for that. Okay. I'm going to have you play your role. But remember, when you do wicked, when you're part of the wicked team, you are considered plastic utensils. After he done using you, you disposable. The wicked are disposable. They don't realize it. Genesis 44. Genesis 44. So Peter carried out the mission successfully because he's realized, man, other people can also receive salvation. His eyes, his understanding just blossomed there. Because when you are handling God's business, he raises your understanding. So he took that understanding and brought it back to some more Jews for them to realize, hold up, what? You mean this is going to go even farther than just us? But that's what the Lord had already said that in Acts chapter 1. You shall be witnesses unto me in Jerusalem, Judea, and unto the uttermost parts of the earth. We have a big job, but we have people yelling at other people saying that they can't get salvation, as if they spot is secured. As if they got a sneak peek at the book of life and say, oh, yeah, see, I see my name on page 37. Genesis 44. And pick it up at verse 17. Because I'm showing someone else who had, because we read earlier about Judah and what happened with his household, his two sons dying, right? Later on, he turned around and tried to lay with Tamar, even though she acted like she was a prostitute, because he wasn't following through in his word. He was selfish. He was one of the ones that turned around and had Joseph sold into slavery. He had a big selfish mindset, but we're going to find out something here in Genesis 44. Somebody has grown up. Genesis 44 and 17. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant.
Right.
And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father.
So Joseph is playing around with his brothers right here. So he turned around and said, hey, who stole my cup? And then when he did that, he turned around and said, they were like, hey, whoever stole it, let them, die. Let them be your servant, all this other stuff, right? And then they found the cup in Benjamin's sack. So then they turn around and they all have to give account before Joseph. He like, who did this? And they turn around and he's like, hey, the one that stole the cup is going to stay my servant, which was Benjamin, which would have crushed Jacob to find out that young Benjamin wasn't coming home. Now, I know the movies and cartoons, they always had Benjamin real young. Benjamin wasn't that young when this happened. By this time, Benjamin had 10 children. Read the book and you find this out. He wasn't a baby. He had 10 children by this time. So now let's see what happens now that they find out that Benjamin is about to stay a captive or a slave in Egypt forever. Verse 18, go ahead.
Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord,
right?
Let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my Lord's ear, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servant, saying, have ye a father or a brother?
You asked about our family, go ahead.
And we said unto my Lord, we have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead.
And his brother is dead, talking about Joseph. Go ahead.
And he alone is left of his mother, and his father loveth him.
Go ahead.
And thou saidst unto thy servants, bring him down unto me, that I may set mine eyes upon him.
Because you said we're spies, and we said we're not spies. And then they found out they had a brother back named Benjamin. Or they didn't say his name, but they made him bring the brother. So he did. Go ahead.
And we said unto my Lord, the lad cannot leave his father. For if he should leave his father would die.
Right. Go ahead.
And thou saidst unto thy servants, except your youngest brother come down with you, you shall see my face no more.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass when we came up unto thy servant my father, we told him the words of my Lord.
So we have to convince our father to let him go, the baby. Go ahead.
And our father said, go again and buy us a little food. And we said, we cannot go down. If our youngest brother be with us,
right,
then will we go down. For we may not see the man's face, except our youngest brother be with us.
We can't leave Egypt and go back and see my father eye to eye unless we have this brother with us. Go ahead.
And thy servant my father said unto us, Ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons, and the one went out from me.
Right.
And I said, Surely he is torn in pieces. And I saw him not since. And if ye take this also from me, and mischief befall him, you shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I come to thy servant my father, and the lad be not with us.
Now if I go back home and I don't have him with us, go ahead.
Seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life.
Seeing that my father's life is bound up. In other words, he's going to die from depression. Go ahead.
It shall come to pass when he seeth that the lad is not with us, he will die.
Go ahead.
And thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of the servant of our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became surety for the lad unto my father.
Now,
saying,
what do you mean for thy servant? Judah saying, I became surety for the lad. Surety is like what we say, like an insurance policy. I'm now connected to this child, that if he doesn't come up, I can't show up. Go ahead.
If I bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever.
So he said, if I don't bring him to my father, I'm the one that has chosen to take the blame. Go ahead.
Now therefore, I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of...
Let me take his place. Let me take his place. What are we seeing? Judah is growing up. Well, rather, Judah is mature. I will intercede and I will step in his place. You let the child go and I'll take the punishment. We're reading about intercession before the Levites become a priesthood, but it's coming through the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
Instead of, I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord.
Right.
And let the lad go up with his brethren. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad not be with me?
Right.
Lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come on my father.
That is what we're now seeing, someone that is not consumed by selfishness. After he saw the toil and the angst that he caused his father and all the pain and suffering, he was like, I will not do the same thing again, even if I have to throw myself on the line. Now, you know who else threw someone out there before this? Reuben did. Reuben told his father that if we don't show back up with Benjamin, you can slay my 2 sons. His 2 sons probably like, what? Why are you putting me in this? Judah didn't put his children in there. Judah put himself in there.
Right.
Reuben put someone else in there. That's not the same. He didn't say, well, someone else became sure. He said, no, I'm going to take this hit. Everyone else go. Even Simeon, who was locked up. Y'all all can go. I will stay here. That is what, because I'll stop and wonder, I'm like, man, why is the Lord coming through Judah? Why is the intercessor coming through? I can't say that that's where it came from. I'm just saying that I see some characteristics of an intercessor, of someone that has grown up maturely and deviated from stuff we could read about beforehand. That is what God's looking for. People to grow up, to look out for one another. Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59. There are some stories that's meant to refine and edify us, to let us see, okay, I got some work to do over here. I got some work to do over there. This one, okay, I'm pretty good over here, but this one, that's kind of a weak spot. Just like we do in sports, right? Okay, I'm good with the right hand, but they know that your weak spot is the left. So I got to work on the left hand some more. I got to work on the jump shot. I need to work on my passes. I got to work on my catch. Whatever it is, we know what we have to work on. But the book keeps highlighting to show examples of people showing it's possible. It's possible. Isaiah 59 and one verse 16. 59 and 16. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And he saw that there was no man.
Because the Lord, because Moses is dead. He sees that there's no man. Go ahead.
And wondered that there was no intercessor.
And wondered that there's no what?
intercessor.
There's no intercessor. The intercessor intercedes for other people. That's their main focus is to benefit somebody else other than themselves. Go ahead.
Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him.
His righteous. So this arm, who is this? This is the arm of the Lord. This referring to Christ. So now that we see, because you can't have Judah step in on this, you can't have the Levites step in on this, because all the Levites were sinful. In other words, there was none without sin. He had to have one lamb without blemish to take the sin of the people. Philippians chapter 2. Philippians chapter 2, because we're seeing examples of it in other people, but we're going to see it crystallized in Christ. We're going to see how Christ is the crystallization of all this mindset. That's why it says, greater love can no man show than a man lay down his life for his friend. That's a great love. Flowers can't do that. Philippians chapter 2 and verse 1. Philippians 2 and 1. When you get there, go ahead and read.
If there be therefore any consolation in Christ,
right?
If any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercy.
Bowels of mercy, go ahead.
Fulfill ye me my joy, that ye be like-minded.
Like-minded, go ahead.
Having the same love,
right?
Being of one accord, one mind.
One mind, consistency, go ahead.
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Let nothing be done for strife or what?
Vainglory.
Vainglory, because we saw a lot of people doing things for vainglory as we read all morning. Go ahead.
But in lowliness of mind, let each other esteem other better than themselves.
Let them esteem who? Others better than themselves. And he's given the blueprint to how to keep confusion, strife, friction down. Esteem others better than themselves. You always, in basketball, we call it the alley-oop. You're always trying to help set someone up. You run the play, you doing a block so someone else can get free or they can accomplish the mission. Because that's really what teamwork is in this aspect. We're just looking at it spiritually. But let's see how this plays out in Psalm 69. Because there's a prophecy where the Lord speaks first person about how he's going to accomplish this mission. Psalm 69. And we're going to pick it up at verse 4. Psalm 69 and verse 4. That's what one thing that for me personally, I would say has marriage and parenthood has really helped to grow me in this area, because it's like, okay, what am I doing, thinking, planning to benefit more than just me? Because it's not just me anymore, right? I'm not 18, 19, 20 anymore where it's just whatever's on my agenda. It's, okay, I need to think and plan for this, think and plan for that, to make sure that I continue setting some other people up better than me. Psalm 69 and verse 4, when you get there, go ahead and read.
They that hate me without a cause are more than the heirs of mine head.
That's talking about how they came against Jesus. Go ahead.
They that would destroy me, being mine enemies wrongfully, are mighty.
Go ahead.
Then I restored that which I took not away.
He said, then I restored that which I took not away. I didn't take away everlasting life. Adam did, but I'm the one trying to fix the engine in the car that broke down. Then I restored that which I took not away. He's the one that had a blown gasket or hit a pothole and blew out the tire, and here I am trying to put a spare on. Even though that doesn't stop God's mission. It's just showing that, hey, he already had a plan to try to rescue mankind. Verse 6, go ahead.
Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord God of hosts,
right,
be ashamed for my sake.
So now as he's changing our tire, putting a spare on, he's calling ahead, saying, hey, they headed to you. They run a little bit behind. Give them some patience. I had to work on the car to help them get to you. Go ahead.
Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake.
Let those that seek thee be confounded for my sake. Go ahead.
O God of Israel. Because for thy sake.
What?
I have borne reproach.
Right.
Shame hath covered my face.
Because he said, hey, It's like a favor for a favor. Look out for them for my sake, because for thy sake I'm bearing their reproach. Go ahead.
I am become a stranger unto my brethren,
Right.
and an alien unto my mother's children.
For
the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up.
So now the people of your house and all they zeal, now they trying to chew on me. The zeal of thy house has eaten me up. Go ahead.
And the reproaches of them that
And the reproaches of the people, go ahead,
that reproached thee,
that reproached God the Father, go ahead,
are fallen upon me.
And I'm the one changing the spare tire now. In other words, this is intercession, or what they would say, standing in the gap. So he's like, in prophecy, he's talking about how he's standing in the gap to look out for those that's still trying to pursue the Father, even though they had made some grave errors. Let's go to Romans 15 and verse 1. Romans 15, verse 1. That's why he's called the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Because he already had, it's called the determinate counsel or foreknowledge of God, where they already had a discussion of how they're going to rescue mankind if they ever go in a ditch. So he's the one that came to do the salvation or the salvage project for mankind, because that was the Father's will. Romans 15, verse 1, when you get there, go ahead and read.
We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak.
There it is. So some people have more abilities or skill sets, but they aren't focused just for vainglory. They're trying to help those that are weak, right? That's what we see, right? Go ahead.
And not to please ourselves.
And not to be pleasing ourselves. Go ahead.
Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification.
To edify someone else. Go ahead.
For even Christ pleased not himself.
For even Christ didn't please himself. Go ahead.
But as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me.
There it is right there. So what we read in Psalm 69 was showing how to graduate from a selfish mindset. For even Christ pleased not himself, the reproaches of them that reproach thee are fallen on me. That's why he on the cross, because he's standing in the gap. He was cut off for our iniquities. But let's go now to John 11. John 11. Meanwhile, the other side of the coin with the same situation, the other side of the coin, let's see how selfish these mindsets are with the same act. John chapter 11. And we're going to pick it up at verse 47. John 11 and 47. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Then gathered the chief priests
and the chief priests, go ahead,
and the Pharisees a council, and said, what do we?
Right.
For this man doeth many miracles.
Now, is that a problem? The miracles are benefiting the people that they overseeing. This man does many miracles. Go ahead.
If we let him thus alone,
if we leave him alone, go ahead.
All men will believe on him.
Right, which is the plan. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place
and the Romans shall come and take away whose place?
Our place.
They're going to take away our place. Go ahead.
And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, ye know nothing at all.
He said, y'all don't know nothing. Go ahead.
Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
It's expedient for us that one person dies for the whole nation, and that the whole nation doesn't perish. So he understood that someone has to die for that nation, but they were doing it out of jealousy, being envious, and being self-centered. Our place in our nation versus I'm restoring that which I took not away. Two sides of the same coin, showing the mindsets. Luke 22. So when they finally devise a plan, let's see the mindset of the one that's looking out for other people. Let's see this mindset. Luke 22 and 31. And then we have 4 more spots. Luke 22 and 31. When you get there, go ahead and read.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Right, because Simon was talking real big. Lord, I'll do this, I'll do that, da, da, da. He like, you gonna deny me 3 times before the cock even crow. Go ahead.
But I have prayed for thee,
Right, but I prayed for you, Simon. Go ahead.
that thy faith fail not.
That your faith doesn't fail. Go ahead.
And when thou art converted,
And when you are converted,
strengthen thy brethren.
take care of someone other than yourself. That's why the ones that have more strength, look out for those that are more weak. When you are converted, then do what? Strengthen thy brethren. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee,
Oh my goodness. This dude go ahead.
both
Finish it
into
out.
prison and to death.
I'm ready to go with thee to prison and to death. He be just all that zeal with little experience and follow through. Sometimes I'll be like, man, just be quiet sometimes. Just say, I hear you, Lord. Pray for me. Because the Lord just said, I'll pray for you, and you got to do all this other stuff. 39. Go ahead.
And he came out and went, as he was wont, to the Mount of Olives. And his disciples also followed him.
Because this is after they took the Passover. Go ahead.
And when he was at the place, he said unto them, Pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Right, because now it's getting serious. And he's still advising them, pray that you don't enter temptation. Go ahead.
And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed.
And kneel down and pray. Go ahead.
Saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me.
If it's possible, remove this cup. Go ahead.
Nevertheless,
go ahead.
not my will, but thine be done.
Not my will, Lord, but thine. That's a addendum that should go at the end of all your prayers. When you put all these different prayers up, always remember, nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. Because sometimes the Lord knows how to answer that prayer and do it better, more accurate, and where it sets up some other stuff that he wants to have accomplished. Go ahead.
And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven.
And you see what he's showing? An angel popped up from heaven during this prayer. Go ahead.
Strengthening him.
So that was a righteous prayer. But the answer to that prayer was, I'm going to give you more strength for that obstacle. I'm not going to remove the obstacle. I'm going to strengthen you. Go ahead.
And being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly. And his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground.
Now that's prayer. I have never prayed that hard where all of a sudden my sweat is like drops of blood. Go ahead.
And when he rose up from prayer,
and
was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Why sleep ye?
Right.
Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation.
Rise and pray, lest you also enter into temptation. Go ahead.
And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before him, and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him.
And he came near to kiss him, all because he got a measly 30 pieces of silver. He thought he was winning, but he really just lost forever. Matthew 26. Because it shows.
You want 48?
We didn't hit 48?
Nope. That's 47.
Well, that's good enough. Let's go with Matthew 26. Matthew 26. Because on Matthew's account, sometimes he highlights a little bit more details of the same time span. I just want to show some of the details that what we see from Matthew's account. Matthew 26 and 38. 26 and 38. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful,
right,
even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
Go ahead.
And he went a little further and fell on his face,
right,
and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will.
Go ahead.
But as thou wilt.
Go ahead.
And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour?
Right.
Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Uh-huh.
The spirit indeed is willing,
The spirit, that's a big statement. The spirit is willing. Go ahead.
but the flesh is weak.
That flesh is weak. Go ahead.
He went away again the second time and prayed, saying,
Uh-huh.
O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
If there's no other way around this, we have to follow through with it. Still, thine will be done. Go ahead.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy.
Right. Go ahead.
And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words.
And he went back to God 3 separate times in prayer concerning the mission. Go ahead. That's in the 44?
Yeah, it was in a 4.
Perfect. So let's go now. Let's back up to Matthew 6. Because, like I said, we're just seeing a little bit more detail of what he prayed about. He acknowledged that, hey, no, because he was in the flesh, so he could let us know clearly the spirit is willing, but that flesh, this flesh is weak. So you have to, it's a constant fight between the spirit and the flesh. Matthew 6, though, because I love how he points us in the direction before he even departs of how these words should even come out of our mouth. Matthew 6 and verse 9. 6 and 9. When you get there, go ahead and read.
After this manner, therefore, pray ye.
Uh-huh.
Our Father which art in heaven,
Uh-huh.
hallowed be thy name.
Uh-huh.
Thy kingdom come.
Right.
Thy will be done in earth,
Right.
as it is in heaven.
Uh-huh.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Now you see where it said give us? It didn't say give me my, give us our daily bread. Go ahead.
And forgive us
And
our
forgive
debts.
me.
Forgive
us. Go ahead.
our debts.
Our debts. Go ahead.
As we forgive our
As
debtors.
we forgive our debtors. Like I said, there's no personal self-centeredness in this prayer. That's why they say, Lord, teach us how to pray. We're seeing it. Think more than just yourself. That's one of the big keys to God blessing you. Being obedient and being fruitful. Go ahead.
And lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation. Go ahead.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver me, myself, and I.
Us.
Okay. That's what the book said. Go ahead.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. So the same way we saw Daniel had a prayer that was for other people, the same way that we saw Job praying for other people and looking out for other people, the same thing that we saw Peter realizing that, man, this is bigger than just me or just Israel or just his own stomach. The same way God left with us a blueprint of how for us to have the same mindset. Because that's how the Lord can really start blessing you. Because he can say, oh, you different. You different than everybody else. But let's go to James 4. Because James knew this. James is trying to tell us sometimes we don't get our prayers heard and God ain't hearing what we're saying because of this. So when you find that out, you now understand, okay, what pothole to step over, how to get around that, because he just gave it to you right here. James 4 and verse 1. 4 and 1. Go ahead.
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
Uh-huh.
Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members?
Right. In other words, that whole drama is coming from lust. There's pride somewhere in the equation. Go ahead.
Ye lust and have not.
You lust, like you really want something and you're not getting it because of what? Don't keep going because he says some more.
Ye kill and desire to have.
You kill and desire to have. Go ahead.
And cannot obtain.
And it's like out of your reach. Go ahead.
Ye fight and war.
Right.
Yet ye have not.
Yet you have not. Go ahead.
Because ye ask not.
Because you ask not. In other words, you aren't asking correctly. He's going to tell us how that is in the next verse. Go ahead.
Ye ask and receive not.
Oh, but he said you ask not, but then he said you ask in the next verse. But he's going to tell us why they aren't receiving. Go ahead.
Because ye ask amiss.
Because you ask amiss. In other words, you're asking in violation. Go ahead.
That ye may consume it upon your lust.
Lord, please let me win the lottery so I can go down to Jamaica for all my days. That I can get the biggest Cadillac, the biggest house, that me, my family, my. He said, you asked amiss. You're asking God to give you something that won't even raise his name because you aren't trying to bless anyone else with what I give you. So why am I going to give it you? No, I'm going to listen for someone else that asked the right way. Oh, this isn't just about a lust thing here. Like you saw what King Solomon did. He prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that I may judge thy so great a people, that I could do right by them. Oh, whoa. This speech pleased the Lord. You mean you want to do something for somebody else other than just you? I'm going to give you all this other stuff you didn't even ask for because that's the right answer. That's the secret. Be a blessing. That's how you get it right. Did we finish verse 3?
Yes, sir.
I want verse 3 one more time.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust.
There it is right there. Matthew 16, last spot. Matthew 16. When I started finding this out, my prayer life changed. When I found this out, who I prayed for changed. First, it was a little bit narrow. Then I had to, as they say, widen the aperture because I'm like, hold up. Hold up. What I'm seeing here, there's some people that I wouldn't have prayed for that I now need to pray for. There's some people that I would be like, no, I don't know about them. But now I got to say, Lord, work with them even more. But I didn't see this at first. Matthew 16, because I was reading the scriptures, but I was reading it under this filter. This filter was still self. And it stops you from seeing some of the other stuff in the scriptures. Matthew 16 and 24. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
Let him do what first?
Deny himself.
Deny yourself. That doesn't mean you aren't looking out for what you have to do to survive. We all have to work jobs and all this other stuff. We have to do things to survive. However, we're still doing things where we aren't letting ourselves take over and start crossing the threshold, going over the line and going overboard. Deny himself or herself, go ahead.
And take up his cross and follow me.
And when we mean take up your cross, that means you're going to get some retribution. You're going to have some people coming at you, but the Lord's going to strengthen you in that. Like what he said, when you are converted, do what? Strengthen your brethren. So he said, pick up his cross and follow who?
Jesus.
And follow Jesus. Right, he said, and follow me.
Right.
And that is the lesson, not my will, but thine be done. I pray you got some understanding.